Greetings everyone, and great here of another Age Empires 4 replay. Spawn bottom left side as the blue Byzantines, we got Northamerica, in all caps. Spawn top right side as the pink Rus, we got Beasty. When it comes to map generation, looks like blue's gold deposits spawned forward, so did pink spawn even more forward, looks like? But maybe just misleading on the map. Deer deposit spawned forward as well as a stone deposit, so maybe Byzantine players should eye, or no, this is a Rus player, should eye for a Fort Townsend here to help protect this region. Kremlin could be deployed out up here as well, pretty far forward. Then put Townsend next to it and have a lot of good villager storage. Just a possibility. The Byzantine deer deposit spawned pretty far forward as well, but Byzantine players tend to go for berries first for the olive oil. Delicious olive oil. Do one more. I need to adjust my microphone. And we've got the Grand Winery now being pulled out here. Cistern is able to reach out to the two gold miners, the two gold diggers. And the Rus player just needs to get a bit more food, get a lot of passive gold from the sheeple and from the, whatchamacallit, hunting cabins. He did go for a double hunting cabin opener. And we got the Golden Gate being pulled in the field, not the Kremlin. So we got some sort of economic play for the Rus player. And there's a lot of things you can do with the Golden Gate. And depending on the matchup as well, you can do different things. When it comes to also the landmarks in the field, not landmarks, trading posts, we do have mercenary Zunchnews and mercenary war elephants. While down here we do have the Musafati warriors and the mercenary camel archers. Mercenary camel archers do get bonus damage versus like gunpowder as well. And Rus tend to be highly reliant on Shrulets. So perhaps maybe mercenary camel archers wouldn't be half bad later on. He is going for the what's this, Eastern Mercenary Contract. It has access to Keshiks, Giloms, and Tower Elephants. He's going for some Keshiks now. The Tower Elephants could be quite nice. If you go for Engineering Company, they will have the Howl Dogs, give them crossbows. And we do now have the Professional Scouts there. Blue is hurting all these deer around here, so maybe I'm for a mill or maybe a Townsend here. No stone collection there by the Byzantine player, so perhaps maybe not the town center, but he can always put some outposts here and be a good spot to collect the gold and the deer. Now I've got a pair of Keshiks on the field advancing along for scouts, so let's go down back to normal pace. We got 2 charges of Golden Gates. We do also have a wooden fortress here. Not only provide the increased wood drop-off, provide some good protection for some nearby villagers from, say, some harassments from these Keshiks. And the castle turret makes them very effective versus heavy armored units as well, if somebody ever goes for it. It's a nice upgrade. 75 stone, so your units can protect themselves from heavy cavalry. It's not bad, honestly. More Keshiks on the build queue for the Byzantine player. The Byzantine player is pretty close to aging on up. I have a feeling we're going to see a bunch of wood sold off for some gold for the Golden Gate. He can sell off 100 wood for 150 gold. He has 3 charges, so this is 300 gold has been acquired via wood. May have sold off a little bit more. He has a lot of stored up gold, maybe a little bit too much. He doesn't have the age up just right. What? Sister on the first hill. Is it still as bad as always? We got some scouts here grabbing some deer. I have to click on the landmark every single time I click on this because it's such a rare landmark because this is really not that good. It's great for only if you go for heavy cav based play, primarily cataphracts. Can be decent for Keshiks and maybe mercenary royal knights. But Cistern in the first hill acts as a cistern, unlocks the pilgrim flexibility on non-siege military units. Activate for 25 health per second regen for 6 seconds, so effectively 150 health across 6 seconds. And you get 1 flask active charge every 30 seconds for a maximum 28 flasks. And I think you start out with like 10? I honestly have no idea, I'm pulling that out of my ass. We have to select on a unit there to see how many charges. I don't see charges down here. There, 6. Wait, can scouts not activate flasks? I never knew that. He started off 6 charges. Get some good damage there on some of these villages, but no kills. He can activate a flask on this wounded one. It will pull him up to full health. Does take a nice big gulp there. Got some spearmans there. And he will be just fine. They both have a little bit of damage on them, but the Keshiks, they get health upon strike. Throw a couple of torches on this hunting cabin, they'll be just fine. Both players now heroic age. I do have some cataphracts from club with the Byzantine player. Veteran mercenary contracts have been researched. Now the veteran Keshiks at 175 health, so now they can make full usage of the health regen. Possibly, at least. We got a very large number of spearmen. I wonder if you realize this one has gone for the cistern first hill. Scout is down, not big surprise. Drops the deer there. So we got Byzantine heavy cavalry play. Orange Union Company can also improve the Keshiks with the Step Lancer upgrade. I believe it does not do improve, just regular Stamp Lancer, but I could be mistaken about that. And the Russian player, the Rus player, is going a bunch of angry men with pointy sticks, which is quite effective. After all, the spear is the deadliest weapon in human history, if I remember correctly. The second most deadliest weapon in human history is actually the grenade. Because grenades have been quite effective throughout human history. Particularly, I think that it's also the #1 killer in World War I as well. At least in the trenches. Yes, the grenade is deadlier than the machine gun. Because after all, the machine gun does not necessarily what's the constant danger of the entrenched warfare. Those were snipers. Snipers were actually the day-to-day threat in trench warfare in World War I, not the machine guns. Machine guns were only a threat during mass assaults. People didn't poke up their head and get killed off by a machine gun. They got to poke up their head and get killed off by snipers. Or how the British calls it, random head wounds, and they could not identify the source of snipers. The British were very ignorant to the concept of snipers, even though they had seen recovered scope rifles throughout World War I. And scope rifles have been around for quite some time, actually. Keshik took some damage there. May want to take a drink from his flask. You get a decent number of charges, and you do regenerate them pretty quickly when you're not in combat constantly. These flasks, I don't know how effective these flasks are versus spearmen, but they're probably not bad. In small conflicts, the flask will help them easily win small conflicts. Big conflicts like that, where Kesh just gets disintegrated, they start, well, disintegrating. He recently already used a flask, so he's been on cooldown, even though he could make full use of a single flask. Now we've got some spring gulls pull on the field. Over here, got some scouts going down. Now we've got some Giloms here. Giloms, this situation, are actually pretty good. Giloms are the anti-light specialists when it comes to the heavy infantry. The high attack speed and just being heavy infantry. Good health as well. They have high DPS, low armor 10. Spring Gold stays alive, and looks like Blue does hold off all the spearmen. Looks like Blue has a pretty high destroy value, but remember as well, all volumes units do not count down here, so just pretty much ignore this in most situations. What was that? Giloms? Yep, Giloms pull on the field. We've got another town center being pulled up by the Byzantine player. The Rus have not pulled on another town center. They'll just backing off from the scout. They could try shanking him. And Snow's opponent has gone for a mass number of spearmen, so Giloms were a good call. Roost players are mixing a large number of crossbowmen because they're good against heavy, aka Giloms and Keshiks and Cataphracts. So far, there's only 2 Keshiks on the field. This one could use another flask, but it's on cooldown. This Keshik could probably use a flask as well. One of my favorite quotes when it comes to using timed abilities, like a flask, it actually comes from StarCraft 2. In the final mission and All In, the fact that Matt Horner says it recharges pretty quickly really does convince the player they can really use the artifact to clear out waves. So just saying like, oh, it recharges pretty quickly really does encourage players to use it often. It's a weird mental gymnastics where I'm one of those players who will stockpile everything up and not use one-time valuable resources because I never know when I may need it. But if you just say, oh, it recharges pretty quickly, it actually does influence the player of using certain abilities and effects often. One thing I would say that the system of the first hill needs to reward is it refills a flask quickly every 30 seconds. It does actually make a difference. And speaking of does make a difference, is there's a good number of crossbow holes in the Giloms. We got a good number of spring golds here as well. In this current patch, it does increase the width, splash radius, splash width of the spring golds, so they are a bit more effective versus the melee infantry units. Cataphracts falling back. Do have a Magnon placement now here. Might as well upgrade some fortify it when he gets a chance. After all, he probably just gained passive stone income from various structures. Might want to use some flask on these guys. You don't have to wait until they have enough health. There we go. Now they're active, and they will fall back be just fine. Scout is there. And Secret Sight being captured up by the Roost player now. Both players have 2 relics. The last one is right here. Prank. Blah. My voice is not exactly 100% at the moment. Pink should have this scouted out, but maybe there's a chance he has not. Battery ramps not being established. Multiple wooden fortress here. And it's also garrison spearmen. There is a single man arms there, so Pink would win the fight out, barring all the reinforcing Giloms. Drink up, Cataphract. Won't be a full healing, but good enough healing, I would say. Great damage from the Spring Golds, got a fortified outpost there now. Cataphracts, of course, a little bit outnumbered there, so I'm just pushing back. Villagers migrating back down south. Veterans battering down the town center. Cataphracts and Keshiks engaged some of these spearmen. All the Spring Golds have gone down, but most spearmen are going down as well. The flask being quite useful there. He has, I'll just spam out the button, I'll say, get them all on cooldown, but I'm not quite wounded. Keshiks getting some free help there on these battery rams. Ooh, you could use a flask. You need a good drink. Though maybe it's a little bit more stiffer than water. Only 5 Gilams remaining on the field. He's going for more Keshiks. And remember as well, since he's not going to Golden Horn Tower, this is all manually deployed out units. Keshik has gone down there. Battering rams now advancing. Takes out that one battering ram there thanks to his siege damage. Decent damage on these forces, but this will be battered down. Some spearmen there. Elon's needs to protect that. Got these heavy cavalry being tied up by the berries. Couple down villagers there. Right now, blue does have a slight village advantage. 11 is actually a decent number, more than just slight at this point in time. Both players coming at one town center. Spearmen engaging villagers. More blue villagers are going down. Cataphracts in good numbers. It's been a while since we've seen this many cataphracts. Though they do need their flasks. They will get some excellent health regen here. And cataphracts are pretty durable. Spear crossmen are slowly picking them down. Cataphracts being very I can't say they're cost effective. But they're winning these fights, these small number fights. Oh, these guys are wounded. All back and go to a monk here. It's pretty low on flasks at the moment. So a monk or two probably wouldn't be half bad. And still, there's just this one relic there. Warrior monk will pick it up now. These units starting to fall back up north. We do have this set of heavy cavalry trying to raid some more villages. We got two town centers next to each other. Right now the village count are quite even. And now I've got these heavy cavalry pushing up north, spearmen and crossmen just trying to pursue them. May find an opportunity to engage more villagers right there. There's also a pile of villagers there since this is the high trade house, which is not providing too great of income. 175 gold per minute is actually not that great for it. Heavy cav pushing up north. Got these guys pushing down south. Warrior monk trying to stop them. Crossbow and spearman here to support the warrior monk. And these guys, oh, there's plenty of openings there, at least right here. These are ghosted, but those can be easily be torched down. Oh, yes, there's an opening there. Crossbowman does go down there. Now the rest of this gate will be destroyed. Getting some health regen for the Keshiks. He's going to push forward. We'll find some spearmen. Got some more flasks being utilized. Now he has completely consumed all the flasks, so he may need to cool down a little bit. I still think you should go for a monk or two. At this point in time, even herbal medicine may be a decent investment. Though it is relatively expensive at 275. I think this could be used a price reduction. Maybe honestly 125 maybe a decent value for it. Plus 6% increased healing is hard. I don't know. You don't really fall back and get units healed on up. This is not Command & Conquer. Did lose some Keshiks there. Now we got a massive round of spring gold as well. So we got heavy cap spring gold using expensive cataphracts and supplementary cheaper keshiks based off of olive oil. We have spring golds for the counter for the spearmen. I don't know if that may be overkill amounts of spring golds. I don't know if there's a soft cap of how many spring golds you can build before they just overkill everything. So maybe having a split the fireball would be best then. Spearmen are pushing forward in good numbers. Does get some splash damage there on the crossbowmen. And it looks like the spring golds was simply not enough. Though almost all the spearmen did go down there. Yeah, so I think supplementary force of archers would be better than the spring gold at this moment in time. They would be effective both versus the crossbowmen and the spearmen in this situation. Yeah, I think a mix of spring gold and archer probably be a little bit better at this moment in time. Last the berries, got some thorns being salvaged over here. And this hunting camp does have 5 trees to collect up the bark from. Handful of flasks being deployed out there, but of course he is consuming as quickly as he can get them at this moment in time. As these conflicts get larger and larger, it's hard for those flasks to pay value. It's better for smaller conflicts, smaller skirmishes. Oh, that villager goes down. Maybe the camel archers would be a better option than the keshiks some of the time. They would be a light cavalry unit, so it won't be countered by crossbowmen, and they are technically mounted archers, so they'll get bonus damage versus spearmen. Maybe the mercenary camel archer are a better choice, but there's also Pink needs to delete these walls. Maybe delete a little bit too many. I think there's a panic delete, but it should be fine enough. Spearmen are pretty good concave, straightforward. Crossbowmen are advancing. Spring golds don't have the highest range. 6% pierce arm is quite good. Cataphracts do trample the way forward, using excellent damage, using good splash damage. All the spearmans have gone down. Crossbowmen would counter the heavy cavalry, but the cavalry in general could counter the crossbowmen. But it looks like Blue's cavalry will be whittled down. Overall, I think Pink's doing quite well this conflict, even though this seems like equal destroyed value and on both sides, relatively similar. And as well, olive oil units do not count for this, so every single cataphract you see, every single drop of olive oil is not being added up there, so I think add 5,000 to Pink's destroyed value, and that's what I think the more true value is at this moment in time. Looks like the Roost players will make some mana arms and a keep. Need some decent volleys there. Maybe the Byzantine player needs to make some better enforcement as well. Something a light unit to help engage and pursue the range units. Cataphract's trample is nice and all to help pursue the range units, but sometimes you just need a bit more of a direct counter, something a little bit cheaper as well. Magno does get a good volley there. Cataphracts push way forward. Cataphracts being picked apart. No more flats are available at the moment. Over here. Oh. Nice. Pink has denied that gold deposit, and that is the last gold deposit on blue side of the map. Denied by some walls, and these, of course, Rus fortified palisade walls. Both now we got 2 pink keeps versus 1 blue keep. Mangonels are more or less a soft counter, but not exactly a hard counter. Their range is 8, which is the same range of the keep. Trying to capture the Sacred Site. Pink's almost like got a Sacred Site victory at the moment. Has 3 minutes 24 seconds, and these Cavaliers being ripped apart. He would not get that time. And now the countdown's resuming. Pull out a forward market there. You can also sell some olive oil for gold. Pink's now pull out Trebuchet. Pink has gold income. Blue does not. And not to mention the Sacred Site victories in 3 minutes. T-minus 3 minutes. Blue should be able to smash this open. Maybe good idea to go for Castle Turret and Arrow Slash. Just get it fully upgraded. If you want to try to deny gold like that, get it fully upgraded. Past maybe a handful of villagers there. 8 villagers. And the villagers are going there, so you can't really have to force a large response rather than a small response. As the fortified palisade walls are double health walls with no additional cost. Hashik's trying to push forward to capture this Sacred Site, but they're a lot more squishier versus Cataphracts. Blue's keep is now under siege. Or it's been under siege. Now ablaze. Blue has some horsemen there. They're only horsemen, not veteran horsemans. Darkon Sacred Site there, 2 minutes 11 seconds paused. Spearman Man Arm truck away forward. I don't think Blue's going to be able to break out of this contain. Mangonel's not even firing at the moment. Mangonel's going down. Sprinkle's still here in good numbers. Villagers here. But Pink Cast Army, not so much. And Blue does back up the game now. This is Angry saying, thank you for watching, and on to the next replay.